as the postseason ends with the Knicks getting swept by Boston in the first rounds. While everyone stepped their game in the first round, Billups gets injured at the wrong time at the wrong place, and Carmelo forces a turnover and misses the last minute three-pointer. Next, Amari gets injured in the next game, and Carmelo leads his team but screws up again at the last second. Next, Knicks slack the third game, and the final game they do it again, but thank God Anthony Carter stepped up his game and made it look like New York had a fighting chance against Boston. Now the season's over for them. I'm pissed about New York not winning a game, especially against Boston, especially in the playoffs. Now the Knicks need to regenerate, find a perfect center and point guard to replace the missing pieces from the Carmelo trade the geniuses in MSG did quickly. Also, keep Mike D'Antoni as the head coach, because the Big Three feel comfortable having them as his coach, and so do I, because I'd rather have him than someone else who can't get the job done. So enough about that. Let's go to what's really important right now.
Boy, I think about it every night and day.
So by now you know the WWE Draft has passed, and the first draft we got after the Battle Royal goes to SmackDown. And guess who gets drafted? John Cena. That's right, John fucking Cena. I was actually in shock that Vince would allow Cena to wrestle on SmackDown, considering Raw is the flagship show. I was actually pretty surprised. Next, Rey Mysterio goes to SmackDown. So, Raw's top face, the entire WWE's top face goes to SmackDown, and SmackDown's top marketable face goes to Raw. So, I guess that means we're finally gonna have a change. I'm finally get to see Raw reactions without John Cena, or so I thought. Next, Randy Orton goes to SmackDown. And I'm actually pretty shocked that both Cena and Orton go to SmackDown. Last year, everyone talked about how SmackDown got buried when Edge and Jericho went to Raw. Now Cena and Orton are going to SmackDown. What could be going on? Could Vince be giving SmackDown a chance? Are fans gonna start liking Cena again? Be patient. Time will come. Next, Randy Orton, like always, refusing to put anybody over, wins again with the fucking RKO and his no-selling ability. And just as the two draft picks are going to start, CM Punk interrupts. They talk about Extreme Rules and all that shit. Next, it's revealed that Mark Henry and Sin Cara both go to SmackDown. And I'm actually pretty surprised that Sin Cara is going to SmackDown this quickly. At least he's not going to get buried. Oh wait, Randy Orton and John Cena are there. So of course he's going to get fucking buried. Oh, silly me. Silly fucking me. Yeah. Well, sucks we won't get to see a Rey Mysterio Sin Cara match anytime soon. And now for the most important part of Raw. Michael Cole versus JR. We've got Michael Cole warming up and taunting JR until JR finally has enough. Pushes Michael Cole. Then Michael Cole tries to make a run for it. Jerry drags him back to the ring. JR knocks Michael Cole's living daylights out until his mouth bleeds. Then Jack Swagger attacks King and then JR. Then Cole tries to whip JR with his belt. Then King comes back, beats up Swagger, and whips Cole with the belt and sends him crying. Next, the anonymous Raw GM announces that it's going to be a country whipping match at Extreme Rules. So we're probably going to see Cole get his ass whipped, literally, like yesternight. Then Rey Mysterio buries Wade Barrett, the Intercontinental Championship. He wins, blah, 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 blah. Raw gets 2 draft picks in The Big Show and Alberto Del Rio. First off, Big Show is one of the tag team champions. Yes, I know the belts go on both shows, and Kane's on SmackDown, and he wasn't part of the supplemental draft. But what does that mean for the tag team championship? And Alberto Del Rio, we all know that Christian's now going to win the World Heavyweight title. Yes, you can say Cena's in SmackDown, but I have a slight feeling that Alberto Del Rio will not win the ladder match and Christian will. And now we get to the main event. Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. Winner gets the final draft pick for their brand. Team Raw consists of The Miz, Alberto Del Rio, and CM Punk, while Team SmackDown consists of John Cena, Christian, and Mark Henry. The match ends with Mark Henry pointlessly turning heel for no other reason than to give Raw its final draft pick. And who else? Of course, John Cena. And of course, Vince would never allow his cash cow to wrestle for another show, especially the B show. And like an idiot, I thought it was true. Now things are back to normal. Things are back to fucking normal. We've got John Cena back to burying the Raw roster, now with Randy Orton burying the entire SmackDown roster, and Michael Cole is on both shows, which means we won't get to see a no Cena Raw reactions. Fuck! Well, overall the draft was decent until I found out the WWE were playing us all along, teasing us with the fact that John Cena might be going to SmackDown. But of course, Vince loves messing with our heads and pissing us off. One Tree Hill's almost done, and I've got nothing else to say. Anyways, I'm out. Peace.
Sure, bitch. Yeah. Yeah, it's Haterama. So many faggots to swing the accent. Who do I shoot first? Answer when I make this fat cow feel my boots hurt. Whoever's standing is part of the human pavement.